Narrated Abu Huraira. Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, entered the mosque and a person followed him. The man prayed and went to the Prophet and greeted him. The Prophet, peace be upon him, returned the greeting and said to him, "Go back and pray, for you have not prayed." The man went back, prayed in the same way as before, returned and greeted the Prophet, who said, "Go back and pray, for you have not prayed." This happened thrice. The man said, "By him who sent you with the truth, I cannot offer the prayer in a better way than this. Please teach me how to pray." The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "When you stand for prayer, say takbir and then recite from the Holy Quran, of what you know by heart, and then bow till you feel at ease. Then raise your head and stand up straight. Then prostrate till you feel at ease during your prostration. Then sit with calmness till you feel at ease, do not hurry, and do the same in all your prayers." Narrated Jabir bin Samira. Sa'di said, "I used to pray with them a prayer similar to that of Allah's Messenger, the prayer of Zuhr and Asr, reducing nothing from them. I used to prolong the first 2 rakat and shorten the last 2 rakat." Umar said to Sa'di, "This was what we thought about you." Narrated Abdullah bin Abi Qatada. My father said, the Prophet, peace be upon him, in Zuhr prayers used to recite Al-Fatiha along with 2 other surahs in the first 2 rakat, a long one in the first rak'ah and a shorter surah in the second, and at times the verses were audible. In the Asr prayer, the Prophet, peace be upon him, used to recite Al-Fatiha and 2 more surahs in the first 2 rakat and used to prolong the first rak'ah, and he used to prolong the first rak'ah of the Fajr prayer and shorten the second. Narrated Abu Ma'mar. I asked Kabubab whether the Prophet, peace be upon him, used to recite the Quran in the Zuhr and the Asr prayers. He replied in the affirmative. We said, "How did you come to know that?" He said, "From the movement of his beard." Narrated Abu Ma'mar. I asked Kabubab bin al-Art whether the Prophet, peace be upon him, used to recite the Quran in the Zuhr and the Asr prayers. He replied in the affirmative. I said, "How did you come to know that?" He replied, "From the movement of his beard." Narrated Abdullah bin Abi Qatada. My father said, the Prophet, praise be upon him, used to recite Al-Fatiha along with another surah in the first 2 rakat of the Zuhr and the Asr prayers, and at times a verse or so was audible to us. Narrated Ibn Abbas. My mother, al-Fadl, heard me reciting Wal Mursalati Urfan 77 and said, "O my son, by Allah, your recitation made me remember that it was the last surah I heard from Allah's Messenger. He recited it in the Maghrib prayer." Narrated Marwan bin al-Hakam. Zayd bin Thabit said to me, "Why do you recite very short surahs in the Maghrib prayer while I heard the Prophet, peace be upon him, reciting the longer of the 2 long surahs?"